everybody to Disneyland Depot. I'm Buster Bowtie. Today we're going to do something a little special. We're going to read a book, but it is Disneyland related. This book you're looking at here, The Little Man of Disneyland, came out in 1955, originally anyways. This is a reprint. Here we go. Okay. Patrick Begorra woke up one bright morning, feeling very fine. He fixed himself a bit of breakfast and set out for his morning stroll. When he came to the doorway of his snug small house at the root of an old orange tree, Patrick stretched his arms and swelled his chest for a breath of fresh morning air. Then he lit his pipe. But the pipe almost fell out of his mouth, and his arms froze straight out in the air. So shocked was he at the sight he saw. There were people in the orange grove, big people striding around as if they owned the place. Those don't look like people to me. Those look like characters. Anyway, well, Patrick Begorra was not the last of the little people left out in all of movie land for nothing. He had courage, did Patrick Begorra. So he stepped right up to the big people to find out what this was all about. At first they wouldn't even look at him, but Patrick took care of that. He stomped down hard, right on the foot of one. "Oh," cried Donald Duck, "I've been stung. Must be bees around here." He looked down. Then, "What's this?" he cried. "Who in the world are you?" "Who are you?" "Yourself is the proper question," said Patrick Begorra right back. "This is my home after all. Has been these many years. And what, may I ask, are you doing here, acting as if you own the place with so much as a by your leave?" "From Patrick Begorra, which is me." "Who are we?" cried Donald Duck. "Don't you go to the movies? Don't you watch TV? Don't you read books or newspapers? Don't you know Goofy and Pluto? Don't you know Donald Duck?" "No," said Patrick, and he blew a smoke ring right in Donald's face. "My name is Mickey, sir," said one of the other big people, stooping down to hold out his hand. "So this is your home here, Mr. Begorra?" "That is right," said Patrick Begorra, "and I'd like a little peace and quiet. I'll thank you all to leave at once." "Well," said Mickey, "I'm afraid we can't do that. You see, we're going to start building here soon. Going to move all these old trees. Move these trees? Start building here," cried Patrick Begorra, jumping up and down in a purple rage. "Oh, no, you don't. Not while I'm around." "And what do you do to stop us, little fella?" asked Donald Duck with a chuckle, leaning on his shovel in a cocky way. "I'll show you," said Patrick with a snap of his fingers, and down in a heap went Donald Duck, for his shovel handle had splintered just like that. "What happened?" cried Donald, picking himself up. "Let that be a lesson to you," said Patrick Begorra. "Oh, don't mind him," said Goofy. "Let's start digging up these trees." "And what was it you had planned to build here? Some sort of school, perhaps?" asked Patrick. "No, a wonderful place called Disneyland. I like Disneyland," said Mickey, "with all sorts of marvelous things for fun. A rocket trip to the moon for one, and a wonderful Wild West stagecoach ride, a magic pirate ship that can really fly, and a trip to the mine of the Seven Dwarfs." "Rocket trip? Flying pirate ship? You must be out of your head, my boy," said Patrick Begorra. "There are no such things. Come along and see. We'll show you the plans. They're back at the studio," said Mickey Mouse. Before he knew what he was about, Patrick Begorra found himself walking along with Mickey and the rest. But he stopped short when they opened up a door into a strange-looking bubble of glass. Look at that strange-looking bubble of glass. That's a helicopter. I wonder if they're going to go for a ride. "Oh, no, you don't," he cried in alarm. "I'll not go in there. What is it, anyway?" "It's a helicopter, a kind of airplane. Come along for the ride," said Mickey. When he saw all the rest of them piling in, Patrick Begorra went too. Soon, with a whirl and a rush of the blades, up went the helicopter and straight up in the air, and the ground dropped away below. My, but you should have heard Patrick yell. He would have never dreamed of such a thing, but soon he was so busy watching the sights as they flew over the oil fields and city streets and towering brown hills that he had no time to be scared. They went down, they swooped to the studio, and soon Patrick found himself deep in Disneyland plans, the likes of which he had never seen. There were rows of pretty little shops, winding rivers, and overhead railroad trains, so many wonderful things to see that Patrick's head was spinning. And this is what they were planning to build. "When you root up my orange trees?" he asked. "Yes," said Mickey, "that's our plan." "Then go ahead, lads, if you can," said Patrick Begorra. "The place is yours. There's just one little thing I must ask. May I build a wee, snug little house and live there quietly after you've finished this Disneyland?" "Fine," said Mickey. "We'll build you a house. Build you the house. How about one of these?" "No, lad, no," said Patrick Begorra. "I like a place out of sight, hidden away, so to speak." "All right," said Mickey, "just as you say." So they shook hands on it. The bargain was made. They all flew back to Disneyland site. And next morning the work began. Every day Patrick came out to watch. With every day that passed, it seemed the picture changed. One day the railroad station went up. The entrance to Disney went up. The entrance to Disneyland. Then, almost in a blink of an eye, Main Street was taking shape. Soon it was time for the last tree to come out. The one with Patrick's home at its root. "Sorry, Pat," said Mickey. "It's gotta go, but we'll find you a good new place." "Don't bother," said Patrick. "I picked one for myself." But he would not say where his new house was. He trundled out his household goods in his wheelbarrow, and all day he sat in the borrowed shade. And at night, when everyone had gone, Patrick wheeled his wheelbarrow through the shadows of Disneyland to the secret spot he picked for his home. So when you visit Disneyland, keep your eyes wide open. Maybe you'll see a wee man in a green, smoking clay pipe. Maybe you'll follow him where he goes home and find out where he lives. If you do, you'll be the one in the world who's found Patrick Begorra's home. Boys and girls, next time you go to Disneyland, look for old Patrick. I know I'm going to. I hope I find him. Do you think you'll find him before me? I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. Wonder where he lives. Does he live in the tree? Where does he live? We're gonna have to wait and find out. I wonder where he lives. Disneyland's a big place, but we'll find him, won't we? If you find him, let me know in the comment section below where he lives. Kind of wondering if he's in that tree that's by the Jungle Cruise. That's what tree that's still there from when the family that really owned these parts of Disneyland, they kept it from it. They kept it from the original place. Maybe he's in there. We'll have to check it out. I know I will. I don't know who's gonna find him, but make sure you look for him, okay? He's kind of like a hidden Mickey, you know. Anyway, time to go. His story time is over. If it's your bedtime, you better go to bed and dream about Patrick Begorra. I know I will. I feel like taking a nap right now. And maybe I'll find out where he lives in my dream, and then I can go talk to him and find him and all that good stuff. Anyway, time to go. Bye-bye.